Clum here, and today we're going to talk about triglycerides, the fat that's on your butt and also in your blood. I got a lot of questions of this coming up recently. I'm going to start my timer here. And I want to go through it because we look at things a little bit differently. So let's go into what are these triglycerides? What do they do to me, my body, and my health? Let's take a look. Triglycerides are very misunderstood, or at least the story about them gets very misunderstood as people tell them. What happens is we eat different foods. This is you eating some food here, or me, whoever. It goes down into our system and it hits our stomach, right? Hits our stomach right here. Our stomach there breaks things down into some big pieces, but pretty small compared to what we just ate. So it breaks some things down like a trash compactor and then puts it into these purple squigglies. That's our small intestines. We've gone over this in other videos. The small intestines break things down into even smaller pieces, as small as they can go. So it'll break down proteins into amino acids. It'll break down carbohydrates into glucose and fiber. It'll break down fats into free fatty acids and minerals and vitamins and everything else that comes in. Very small pieces. Those small pieces then go into the liver, and they go through the liver like water through a sponge, and the liver does all its things and it reacts and sets off the metabolic system based on what's coming through. And then the liver then, after it's filtered those small pieces, it sends them into the blood. That's how all of that stuff gets into our blood, right? That's the idea. It gets into our blood in the form of amino acids, fatty acids, glucose, and things like that, and vitamins and minerals. That all goes in there. But here's the deal. Fats that we eat and the fat that we wear start off in the form of free fatty acids. Even if you eat a steak or you eat some butter or eat some coconut oil or eat anything that's a whole fat, it doesn't go into our system or our body as a whole fat because of this process. It gets broken down into those small pieces so it can get into the blood, and then the blood can send those small pieces of nutrition, of vitamins, of minerals, of building blocks like amino acids and fatty acids to every part of the body. You can see it goes into the blood here. The blood's connected to the heart. The heart is your pump pumping it through. It goes down through your legs and back, goes up through your arms, up into your head. Your blood goes all around, and those little pieces go and nourish every part of your body. Here's the deal. Free fatty acids are the ideal form of energy in our body, even for our brain. The glucose-dependent brain concept, we gotta calm that down and back that off because it's not 100% true. Free fatty acids fuel every element of our body. They build our most sensitive organs like our brain, like our liver, like other organs. Every cell membrane that wraps up all the 70 trillion cells of our body are made from free fatty acids. They're pretty great. They're the ideal energy. But here's the kicker. When that's in our system and you have insulin on top of that, as in from the food you ate, or from the activities or lifestyle that you're living, insulin goes up. When there's free fatty acids, something starts to change. Because we know that insulin is the master control hormone for energy storage, as in making fat to put on our body or be in our blood. So what happens is, when there's insulin present, those free fatty acids don't just float around freely, they get bunched up into what's called triglycerides. All right? Those get bunched up, and here they are right here. This is a triglyceride. Tri as in 3 fatty acids bound by 1 glycerol or sugar or modified sugar. Triglyceride. Now that goes through your system and it gets stored directly in your butt fat. Like I mentioned, wherever you store fat in your body, that's how it goes. It goes in, it gets broken down, it gets stored in there because it's in a storage form because insulin is on the scene. All right? When that happens, it doesn't matter whether your free fatty acids are coming from your food or if they were coming off your body fat, as if you were trying to exercise, work out, eat better, have an insulin-friendly diet. When those are in your system and insulin shows up, those free fatty acids that were being used for energy and the ideal energy for your entire body, metabolism, brain, and everything, now get repackaged into triglycerides that get sent around through your system and end up in our fat. Butt fat, belly fat, leg fat, arm fat, it doesn't matter what kind it is, that's how it gets there. But it also ends up in our heart as well. Triglycerides, when you go to a biometric event for work or you go to your doctors and they do a physical, they take your blood, right? They go through chemistry, blood sugar, and triglycerides. This is a risk factor that can promote fat building up on your heart, making it work harder, making it sick. It also is what promotes, and triglycerides, the fat on our body, making us overweight, eventually obese, and so forth. It goes all through the body, and it can also go up, those fats can also go up into the brain, where they can cause problems there like stroke and like other issues, dementia, because of this hormone, insulin. So if you don't like all those fats in your blood, on your triglyceride numbers, or on your body, as in your butt fat, you need to reverse this process. Okay? You need to get insulin off the scene. Take that factor out of the equation, and those free fatty acids will stay as free fatty acids. They will not bind together to make a triglycerol and triglyceride, and then it'll go through your system. You'll use them for energy, and as you do, it doesn't matter whether that fat that will be turned into free fatty acids are coming from your food or from your body will use the same and it'll start pulling it off. That's how we actually liberate the fat from our body, from our butt fat, belly fat, and so forth. We need to have very low insulin exposure, and then it'll turn us off. They won't form. They'll be released. The actual reverse process goes. It unbinds these out of our fat into our blood, and then our whole body uses the free fatty acids for energy. And that's how it works. All right? So, what's a good takeaway? A lot of you out there get those blood tests once a year, twice a year, or so forth. Triglycerides, the number of triglycerides, correlate very well with your insulin level. If you have high insulin exposure from your diet, from the way you work out, or from your lifestyle and stress and so forth, then you're going to have more triglycerides. So when you get that number on your blood test, if you have triglycerides that are high, in my opinion, anything over 90 or definitely over 100, the medical cutoff is like 150, then you know that there's a high level of insulin. And if you're trying to lose weight, as in burn the fat off your body, become an efficient fat burner, stop being a sugar burner, reverse the metabolic conditions like metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, cardiometabolic issues that come from high insulin, then you got to bring that insulin level down. All right? So the other test is you can go in and get a fasting insulin test. But if you can't do that right now, or you want to go back through your blood test, just look. High triglycerides, you know you got high insulin on the scene, because insulin is what makes that free fatty acid in your blood turn into a triglyceride that gets stuck in your butt, gets stuck in your heart, gets stuck in your brain, and can cause problems. Now, I hope that helped out. If it did, like it, comment, share. You can go to our website. My website is yourwellnesstribe.com. Get more information and sign up for our free goodies there. In the meantime, and if you have any direct questions, feel free to message me here on Facebook, and we can get to that directly. I hope that helps. I hope it gives you a better perspective on triglycerides, and we can go from there. Thank you very much.